As we move towards creating an environmentally sustainable future, we must ensure that the renewable fuels industry remains an important part of that future. Growth within this sector has been explosive. The biofuels industry, which is largely comprised of small firms and family farmers, is a multi-billion-dollar business. It sustains tens of thousands of high-wage jobs and is giving new life to rural economies. Just as importantly, it's paving the way for clean, sustainable energy. Last year alone, production for biodiesel reached 690 million gallons. In recent months, however, the industry has faced a number of challenges that threaten to weaken it considerably in the long term. In today's hearing, we are going to examine these setbacks and discuss ways to ensure this important industry is not irreversibly damaged. Already, biofuels producers are struggling with falling demand as 1/3 of biodiesel fuel remains idle. With the price of oil hovering around $60 a barrel, the enthusiasm for alternative energy has dampened. As a result, many investors, already skittish about the economy, are backing away. With investment down and credit tightening, biofuel businesses are losing access to operating capital at a very critical moment in this young industry's history. In a February hearing, this committee examined those obstacles. Today, we will look at the draft regulations from the EPA that have the potential to pose difficult challenges for the biodiesel industry. According to the Energy Independence and Security Act of 2007, all biofuels must achieve a 20% reduction in lifestyle greenhouse gas emissions, while advancing biofuels must have a 50% reduction. Life cycle emissions include direct and indirect land use charges. Measuring these charges is complex, and there is no consensus over how to calculate these charges. As a result, measurement is driven largely by assumptions and perhaps by some speculation as well. Another potential problem with this law is that the EPA administrator is only allowed to reduce the life cycle greenhouse gas emissions standard by 10%, even if the current target is found not to be commercially viable. Moreover, if a specific feedstock or agriculture practice is found to produce too much greenhouse gas, it could be permanently prohibited by the EPA. This might endanger industries that rely on this type of feedstock or practice. Fortunately, EPA has the ability to be flexible in drafting emissions profiles, and it is critical that the agency use that flexibility. To begin, it could accomplish a great deal by drafting a clear, workable framework for small firms to follow. As part of that process, biodiesel entrepreneurs should be consulted. In moving forward, it's important that EPA account for the needs of small firms and family farmers. They are on the front lines offering solutions that work for our environment and our economy. We need to be sure that those leading the way in both investing and innovating are not unduly burdened. I would like to take this opportunity to thank all of today's witnesses for this testimony. I am pleased that they could be here today, and I look forward to hearing from them. And I'd now like to recognize the ranking member, Mr. Westmoreland, for his opening statement.